Hi, we're here with Neil Bossett, and he is our interviewee for the interview assignment. Neil, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thanks, Jamie. Good afternoon. Do a good job, Luke. Anyways, yeah, I'm Neil Bossett, and I guess I'm in business. And I've been in a lot of different areas of business, but a bit of my background, grew up on a tobacco farm in Elgin County. Went to high school, the local area. From high school, went to the University of Guelph and got my degree in agriculture. Spent a couple years as a broker and farmed on the side, and then decided to return to get my master's degree in agricultural economics from the University of Guelph. From there, I worked for BASF in sales for a couple years, Farm Credit Corporation in finance and credit for about 3 years before I joined Imperial Tobacco. And with there, I guess I went through the buying aspects of tobacco as well as international exports, and then finished off my career after 15 years as the plant manager in Aylmer. The plant has been since closed, and I was the last plant manager, so had to pursue different opportunities. Being in a small town with a family that is in high school, that type of thing, it's not easy to pick up and leave and go off to other ventures. So I guess my goal has been to...
With Neil Bossett, and he is our interviewee for the interview assignment. Neil, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thanks, Jamie. Good afternoon. Main area and see what I could develop. So since that time frame, I've been consulting. I've been on a couple of different board of directors, including some transitional type and community development type activities. Currently general manager of the Elgin Community Futures Development Corporation. It's an Industry Canada, I guess, functional for small business, basically. So we give small business consulting, small business financing, and get involved in community economic development projects. However, saying that, in about 2 weeks I'll be leaving because I've met a couple other partners and we'll be starting a new business in the biodiesel, so green energy. So that's 4 kids, 2 of them in post-secondary education, 2 still in high school, and I guess continuing on in life.
Thanks a lot. So you went to University of Guelph.
Yes.
And sort of what made you return for your second degree? Did you feel that it was helpful to you in your everyday work experience, or was it more of an interest?
I would say it's a combination. Sometimes you got to look at the environment you're in. I graduated in '83, the economy in '83, '84, '85 were kind of rough years for new graduates from university. I guess the brokerage business, I think I was just a bit too young to get started into it, and I was always compelled to learn more about aspects, and decided to go get my master's.
And is there any education that you didn't receive formally that you sort of had to learn as you were going, or things you really learned from business that you find really helpful when starting up your own business?
Well, I would say as far as a formal education, you can always get formal education, but I guess when I look at education, it's never stop learning. So even though it might not be formal in nature, I continue to like learning. So whether it's the internet, whether it's a conference, whether it's a seminar, I still like going to those activities and I guess increasing my knowledge base in the various areas and sectors. So. But generally I'm still economics, business type focused, and that's where I want to go.
And so what would you say your personal strengths and weaknesses are, and what effect have they had on your business decisions?
I guess I've always been, as far as work is concerned, have a good work ethic, good work habits, and I'm not sure if it's a strength, sometimes it's a weakness, that work always comes first, play comes later. So Essentially, I've, I guess, grown up with that on the farm, with that attitude and aptitude to continue to work hard and get ahead and make sure you succeed in your businesses. But then again, as I say, maybe some of the weaknesses is I like to get involved in a lot of projects, and sometimes I don't even have the time to do the recreational things I want to do. So, searching for that balance.
Yeah, work-life balance. We talk a lot about that. Like, sort of, how have you tried to like maintain a work-life balance, knowing that it comes first, work comes first for you?
I would say the forcing myself to join organizations has helped because with my sons in hockey, I pretty much coached hockey all through the years, played hockey myself. I get involved with my daughter's activities. So that's way, I think, a good way to force yourself to be active is to join these clubs, coach those teams, be a trainer, do those type of things, because then that gets you away from work. Otherwise, you'll never take the time.
So in your career, have you ever had any opportunities for intrapreneurship? So working like within a company, sort of partnerships, being entrepreneurial within an established company?
I was in, I guess, with Imperial Tobacco. That was a major corporation in Canada in its day. It has become a multinational, as BAT is now the owner, then subsequently has taken over or disinvested a lot of the capital that was in here. But during those 15 years, there was lots of opportunities to get involved in various projects internally. Some of those were research as far as varieties are concerned that are grown in the area. Others were, I guess, the aspects of the current business lingo, what was going on as far as core competencies, anything else that would come on that you get involved in those various projects, ABC costing, activity based, that type of thing. So there was always lots of opportunities to get involved.
And so, would you say in your career you've had any sort of mentors? Like, who have you gotten your advice from, and just sort of how has their advice affected you?
I would say that you can kind of pick mentors by just who's out there and trying to learn how they do business and how their work-life balance is, and you may not even talk to them, so you're trying to discipline on what they have done in their previous careers and life experiences. Other than that, I have had some vice presidents, that type of thing, that did give me advice, giving coaching, some, and I think that is a very good topic, though. There are good coaches, and then there's not so good coaches. So you can have somebody that is willing to give you the effort and develop you and mentor you, and that's your boss. Now structures change, people move on, then you'll get a next boss. That's not a priority for them, so you're kind of there to fend for yourself. But as long as you know where you're going, and if you can get the advice internally or even externally, I found that to be an important part of your own personal development. I think the onus is to develop yourself, so you got to find who's willing to do that.
And have you ever gotten any advice from your mentors or anything like that that sort of interfered with your own values? Like, it doesn't sort of mesh well with your view of how things are going?
Yes. And I would say not necessarily in a development approach. However, it's in a business approach and the values one, yes. When you get in, you can have conflict as far as what the corporate or finance says is the important values for the corporation versus your own personal values.